Joe Cooper Ford has 3 Ford dealerships around the metro to serve Oklahoma better than anyone else. What does having 3 of the best Ford dealerships in the state mean for you? It means 3 times the selection and 3 times the savings, and that's 3 times the service. And Joe guarantees to beat any price in Oklahoma by $500, or he'll give you $10,000. That's why Joe beats the competition 3-1. Who loves Oklahoma?
The elite always work to get better. So every day, we dedicate ourselves to being the best orthopedic surgeons in the country, committed to helping you be your best. No matter where you are or the obstacles you face, we never give up, because it's too important to you and the communities we serve. And for that reason, Saints march on.
Well, welcome back. I hope you're still with us with a little 2-hour lightning delay here at Pop Murray Field. But it looks like we're going to get some football in tonight, which is really good. We're just waiting on the players to get back on the field. About 7 minutes, the players will be out. About a 5-minute warm-up period. So we're going to get some football in tonight. We're expecting possibly another cell that's going to push through here maybe in an hour or so. But we're being told that we're going to get some football in tonight, and that's going to be great. I don't know if you were with us before, but we're going to get right at it once again, and we're going to talk about our Nick Patterson feature player of the game for tonight. That is none other than Hudson Ferris. You know, Hudson is a guy that has improved every single week since he began this season. You know, Heritage Hall has been doing a quarterback between Hudson Ferris and Tegan Lawson all year long, and last couple of weeks it's been all Hudson, and he's led us to back-to-back big wins. You know, Hudson is a kid with a great arm with accuracy when he throws on rhythm, and coaches have been extremely proud of his maturity through, you know, individual adversity, and he has become a leader by voice and by example, being voted a captain by his teammates. Heritage, you know, like we said, Hudson went all the way last week for this Charger team in a big win over the Plainview Indians by the score of 38-28. Hudson comes into the night with 54 of 86 attempts, 767 yards, 10 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. That equates to a 110 rating on the year for Hudson Ferris. Hudson Ferris is, of course, a senior, 6'3", 182 pounds, and you can't ask much more from this kid who bought his time and now in that starting role and doing the job for Heritage Hall. Heritage Hall, as we talked about, comes in on the year 6-1 overall, 4-0 in district play. This is the 11th season for Coach Bogert. Coach Bogert comes in with a 131-11 record here for Heritage Hall. Pauls Valley enters the game 1-6 on the year, 1-4 in district. It's been a tough sledding for them so far underneath first-year coach Mason Anthony. Pauls Valley's last game was a 48-22 loss to Anadarko. Anadarko, the number 5 team in the state. We recapped it a little bit in the beginning, but as of the top 10, Heritage Hall with 3 big top 10 victories on this season. A 52-14 winner over number 5 Anadarko. 38-28 last week over number 6 Plainview, and then a 26-7 victory over number 9 Kingfisher. So it's been a great start to Heritage Hall, who is looking for another deep playoff run and another district victory starting tonight here, our 5th district game of the year. So we're just about underway. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. You are watching Heritage Hall football right here on the ChargerVision Network.
Joe Cooper Ford has 3 Ford dealerships around the metro to serve Oklahoma better than anyone else. What does having 3 of the best Ford dealerships in the state mean for you? It means 3 times the selection and 3 times the savings, and that's 3 times the service. And Joe guarantees to beat any price in Oklahoma by $500, or he'll give you $10,000. That's why Joe beats the competition 3-1. Who loves Oklahoma?
The elite always work to get better. So every day, we dedicate ourselves to being the best orthopedic surgeons in the country, committed to helping you be your best. No matter where you are or the obstacles you face, we never give up, because it's too important to you and the communities we serve. for that reason, Saints march on.
And we're back here to Pop Murray Field, Heritage Hall versus the Pauls Valley Panthers. We have been in about a little bit over 2-hour lightning delay here at the Pop, but as all of the teams are back on the field, we just got the all clear, so we're going to have some football coming at us tonight, which is a very good sign. There for a while, we didn't know when this game would restart or even if we would get a game in, but it looks like we are clear for some footballs. You see Pauls Valley and Heritage Hall getting ready to take the field following a 2-hour delay. We're going to talk real fast about our Joe Cooper Auto Group keys to victory. Coach Bogert says we just have to keep the foot on the gas. We've got a big momentum going here in this season, leading us up to a deep playoff run. You want to keep the foot on the gas. You want to keep stuff clean, and that brings us to the second point here in the keys to victory. Clean up the penalties. We saw a lot of those last week in the win over Plainview. A lot of personal foul penalties, a lot of unsportsmanlike conduct. Some of those were offset by the other team, but Coach Bogert really wants to clean that up and make sure that we play good, clean football tonight. And then communication and reads. Communicating from quarterback Hudson Ferris with the skill positions out there and also looking at your reads. And Hudson Ferris has done a great job with that. We talked earlier in the broadcast before the delay. Trip Thomas, and there comes Heritage Hall onto the field. Takes the field right here at the Pop. District game number 5, Heritage Hall versus Pauls Valley. But we just talked about the connection that we saw last week with Trip Thomas, who was eventually our Seth Wadley Auto Family Power Promise player of the game. And the connection between him and Hudson Ferris was really a breakout moment for both of those players here on the field. And we just saw them sync up and just do big things on the night as Pauls Valley takes the field as well. So we're expecting a good one. You know, at kickoff, we've got about a 65-degree night here for kickoff. 11-mile-an-hour wind going on right now, and we are expecting that hopefully that is the end of the bad weather tonight. This is a game that was already rescheduled from yesterday. Decided to play it today in order to avoid those weather situations, but we ran into it right away. So some of the expected contributors for Pauls Valley tonight, look for number 2, Colby Barrett, wide receiver, defensive back, senior. Also number 12, Brody Brown, running back, defensive back, and a junior. Look out for number 14, a freshman quarterback, defensive back, number 14, Holden Mitchell, who's going to have his hands full all night long with his Heritage Hall defense that's only giving up about 14 points per game, and then also averaging almost 3 takeaways per game for this Heritage Hall defense. So the young Mitchell is going to have his work cut out for him. And then we had here Skeet Jolly, number 15. He is probably their go-to guy. We see him in a jersey on the sidelines, on the opposing sidelines. So that tells us that maybe Skeet Jolly is not going to be in action tonight and is out. Scouting Pauls Valley, they're a young team. And make no doubt about it, they're struggling right now. But, 1-6 coming into this game, 1-4 in district. But you just have to come out here and you have to take everybody seriously and play to the best of your ability and come out here and show out. Head-to-head, Heritage Hall leads the series 5-0 last year. A tight ball game between these two squads. Heritage Hall, the eventual winner, 41-36. Back in 2023, Heritage Hall 42, Pauls Valley 7. And then in 2022, Heritage Hall prevailed by the score of 56-20. Injury report for Heritage Hall tonight. Tegan Lawson, for the second week in a row, will be not playing tonight, as well as Llewellyn and Blue. And Klein Reuter out for this one as well. We saw Klein get banged up a little bit last week against Plainview. So Klein Reuter not in the lineup tonight as we await the captains here for Heritage Hall. We're going to take our last break before action begins. You are watching Heritage Hall football right here on the ChargerVision Network.
When you walk into this room, who you have beside you matters. Experience matters. We fight in Oklahoma and around the country standing toe-to-toe against the most powerful adversaries in the world, and we win. Our record speaks for itself. Our verdicts and settlements speak for themselves, and we want to fight for you. Nix Patterson, Oklahoma attorneys with world-class experience.
Hey, Charger Nation, the Chargers cross-country women continue their dominance as Sloan Travis raced to a school record 11:34 in the 2-mile to win the regional championship. The other 6 ladies ran personal best times to help the team to a regional championship. The men, running banged up a bit, still placed 4th to qualify for state at North Rock Creek on Saturday. The boys run at 9 a.m. and the girls at 2:30 p.m. Onward Chargers take state. Great job. Congratulations to the Charger cross-country team. Statistical leaders for Heritage Hall coming into tonight's ballgame. Hudson Ferris, 54 of 86 on the year. That is completing 63% of his passes. 767 yards on the year, 10 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. That's a 110 quarterback rating. Leading the charge on the rushing totals is Nash Iser, 68 carries on the year, 414 yards rushing. 6-yard average, 29-yard long, 2 touchdowns, 1 game of 100+. He's going to be followed by Max Everett, 65 carries on the year. Max Everett and Nash Iser will get the bulk of the carries for the Charger offense tonight. Max Everett comes in, 65 carries, 280 yards on the year, 5 touchdowns for Max Everett. On the receiving totals, Gerard Williams leads this team in receiving, 29 receptions for 441 yards, averaging 15 yards per carry, 60-yard long, 4 touchdowns on the year for Gerard with 1 game. Going north of 100 yards receiving, Porter England, 27 receptions, 294 yards, averaging about 11 yards per reception. 3 TDs on the year. And then also Trip Thomas. Trip Thomas has had a breakout season. Trip Thomas comes in tonight, 312 yards receiving, 17 receptions, 61-yard long, but 5 touchdowns on the year, and also 1 touchdown or 1 game of 100+ receiving yards. Tackles coming in, leading tackler for this team, leading the team in tackles is Walker Waddell, 56 tackles on the year, followed by Carson Phelps, and then 38 by Klein Reuter, who is not going to see action tonight. So expect Jackson Echok, 37 tackles on the year, and Austin King, 34 tackles on the year, and then also David Griffin. Expect them to see heavy contributions from the Charger defense as the kickoff team takes the field. We are so glad to be underway here at Pop Murray Field. If you're just joining us and you're wondering what's going on, you see it correctly. This is the start of the first quarter, a 7 o'clock kickoff tonight. This game was delayed at about 6:50 due to lightning, and we are just getting underway, so a little bit, almost a 2.5 hour delay, but we're going to get football in, and so we've got about a 9:10 start here for Heritage Hall, number 3 in Class 3A, number 3 in the state, Class 3A versus 3A Pauls Valley in a district matchup. Heritage Hall comes in tonight with 84 straight district wins and looking to add another one to it as we are set to get underway, and it's going to be Bo Butler that is going to kick off for Heritage Hall. That ball is kicked deep, and that is going to be in the end zone for a touchback. So Pauls Valley will get the ball first. Looking to best this season a little bit here for the Panthers. It's been a tough ride so far for Pauls Valley. Looking to get something started. It looks like one of their best players, Skeet Jolly, will verify that, but we saw it in warm-ups, and he was not dressed out. So we don't know what the situation is there with Skeet Jolly, but it does not look like number 15, Jolly, will be in the lineup for the Panthers tonight. So just getting underway here, and that is Holden Mitchell. That's going to be at quarterback here for the Panthers, the freshman Holden Mitchell. The give right there is, oh boy, he got stacked up by a host of Chargers led by Andrick Golden, number 58. On the carry for Heritage Hall, for Pauls Valley was Ryan Hammond. As we look at the starting defensive lineup for the Chargers, Golden, Griffin, and Davis up front on the defensive line, followed by Everett, Echok, Phelps, Waddell, and Thomas. And then rounding out the defensive backfield, that is Akago, England, and Gerard Williams. Starting lineup here for Heritage Hall. There was a loss of 3 on the play. First play of the game for Pauls Valley, so that's going to bring up a 2nd and 13. Pauls Valley starting deep in their own territory, ball at the 17-yard line. The pass goes out to the receiver. Great coverage on the play. That is going to be Blaine Kirk right there on the coverage for the Chargers. Good job there. The pass by Mitchell. So this is going to bring up a 3rd and 13 for Heritage Hall. Ball still sitting at the 17-yard line. As we said, Pauls Valley under first-year coach Mason Anthony. 1-6 on the year. It's a young team, 17 freshmen here on this Pauls Valley team, 13 sophomores. Mitchell going all the way here for Pauls Valley, looking to his left, rolling right, and that ball is almost picked off by Porter England. The intended receiver there for Pauls Valley was Brody Brown. And that ball falls incomplete, and so this is going to bring a 4th and 13 for Pauls Valley. Punting situation here for the Panthers. Caught a break there. That ball was right in the hands of Porter England. So back to receive the punt for the Chargers is number 4, Porter England. Also, number 3, Gerard Williams. Both guys standing at about the 48-yard line, so expect good field position and a lot of pressure there on the Pauls Valley punter. It goes off the side of his foot. Good job there by the Heritage Hall defenders by not getting the roughing or running into the punter right there. Heavy pressure. So it is a short punt, and this is going to be a short field for Heritage Hall as the referees mark it at about the Pauls Valley 48-yard line. So first possession of the game coming up here for the Chargers, following the punt by the Panthers.
It went out of bounds.
Hudson Ferris going all the way here at quarterback with the injury to Tegan Lawson. Hudson Ferris is joined in the backfield by Nash Iser. Heritage Hall 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line, first possession of the game. Following the 2-hour delay. Screen pass goes out to Walker Waddell. He's got a lot of running room in front of him. Good piece of running. He's held on by number 32, and that is going to be Ryan Hammond there on the tackle for the Panthers. Here's the starting lineup. Cannon Brownson, Hudson Ferris, and Nash Iser. Followed by the front line. Golden, Bullock, Leclerc, Griffin, and Godwin. And then Trip Thomas, Rhett Davis, and Gerard Williams rounding out this starting lineup for the Chargers. First play was good for about a 15-yard gain from Hudson Ferris to Walker Riddell. Ferris looking for a receiver out there. It looks like he was trying to find Porter England. Ball was thrown just a little wide. Hudson Ferris was being forced to his left just a little bit, avoiding the pressure. So this is going to be a 2nd and 10 here for the Chargers. Ball sitting at the 34-yard line. Heritage Hall looking to come out and make a statement right away here in this district matchup. Heritage Hall 4-0 on the year in district play. 3 district games left to go. I can't believe that we are already nearing playoff time, but only 3 games left in the regular season as the give is to Nash Iser trying to get outside. That's a nice tackle. Good pursuit and a nice tackle made right there by Jace Wilkerson for the Panthers. Short gain on the play for Nash Iser. This is going to bring up the first 3rd down of the game for the Chargers. This is going to be a 3rd and 7. Gerard Williams, Porter England, Trip Thomas enter the game here for the Chargers. Nash Iser still in the backfield with Hudson Ferris. England in motion. Hudson Ferris is looking for Porter England out there. He's got a crease, trying to get to the outside, dives for the end zone. Touchdown, Heritage Hall. And just like that, that is a 31-yard touchdown pass from Hudson Ferris to Porter England. On the year for Porter England, that is his 4th touchdown of the year. And the Heritage Hall offense comes out and answers right away. Hudson Ferris has just done an incredible job this year, especially after taking over for the injured Tegan Lawson. So Porter England's 4th touchdown of the year comes by a 31-yard pass from Hudson Ferris on the first drive of the game for your Chargers. Looking to do that all night long. The kick is up by Bo Butler, and it is good. So just like that, Heritage Hall takes an early 7-0 lead here in this district matchup. And here it is once again. You'll see Porter England in motion. Hudson Ferris, short drop, finds England on the great route, and then it's just England's speed and his will to get into the end zone after that, diving for it. Defending on the play was Aaron Meave, unable to track down Porter England before he dove for the pylon and the end zone for the 7 points. ChargerVision would like to thank 9th Street Parking Lot for their continued support. Visit them online at 9thstreetparkinglot.com to schedule a Bark Bus pickup. Coach Kyle Gillum looks forward to sporting your pups at his first-class facility in downtown Oklahoma City, 9th Street Parking Lot, home of the Bark Bus. Charger Cheer is back on top, capturing the 2025 Class A 5A State Championship. Recently, it's the program's 5th competitive cheer title, which pairs nicely with the 2023 Game Day State Championship and is Heritage Hall's 105th team state championship across all sports. The cheerleaders are already hard at work prepping for the 2025 Game Day Regionals on November 8th at Stroud High School. We invite you to get out, support all of the fall sports here at Heritage Hall, as many of them will be going for state title and state championship runs, and that is going to include this Heritage Hall football team right now. Only one loss on the year came on this second week of the season, or second week of the season, and that was to Lincoln Christian. So looking to avenge that here in the coming weeks. That's Bo Butler with another touchback, so it'll be the second possession of the game for the Pauls Valley Panthers. If you're just joining us, an early quick score here by the Heritage Hall offense, 7-0. It was a 31-yard touchdown pass from Hudson Ferris to Porter England. The point after attempt by Bo Butler was good. And that's where we bring us right now. Great defensive stand here on the first down. That was a 3-and-out for the Pauls Valley Panthers. Mitchell given the ball, and that is going nowhere as he is hit hard on the play. And there was a fumble. Excuse me, I missed that, and that was recovered. It looks like that was recovered right there by Jackson Echok. So on the first play of the second possession, Pauls Valley gives it right back to Heritage Hall. Fumble on the play. Excuse me, I was looking down and didn't see that. And so Heritage Hall's offense will get it back right away. This ball is at the 17-yard line. That is the 9th fumble recovery of the year for this Heritage Hall offense, coming in 2.6, 2.5 takeaways per game on average as Hudson Ferris rolls to his right, looking back to his left a little bit. Little sidearm throw out there, falls incomplete to Gerard Williams. And here's another look at it. Looks like Mitchell was just unable to get the handoff to the back. Mishandled right there at the handoff, and that was Jackson Echok right on it to recover it. So on first down, the ball falls to the ground. Bring a 2nd and 10, ball at the 17-yard line. 9th fumble, like we said, recovery of the year for this Heritage Hall defense. That ball is batted down at the line of scrimmage. Good play right there by number 64, Mason Barahona. So this is going to bring up second, third down of the night for the Charger offense. Heritage Hall comes in on defense, 10 interceptions on the year, 8 fumble recoveries. It is the first fumble recovery for Jackson Echok. Rhett Davis leading the team, recovering fumbles with 3 on the year. This Heritage Hall defense only giving up about 14 points per game. Very formidable. That ball is thrown back to Gerard Williams. Ball is thrown a little bit high off the fingertips of Williams. So this is going to bring up a 4th down. We'll see what Coach Bogert decides to do. Thank you for joining us tonight. Justin Evans here on the call, flying solo with you here from Pop Murray Field. Following the long delay, but it looks like we've got a break in the weather and everything is looking good now. Rained really hard in addition to the lightning. But it looks like all the weather is behind us, at least for the time being. So this is going to be a 4th and 10 here for the Chargers. Walker Waddell in the backfield. Oh, and it's a reverse bone the other way, and Trip Thomas throws it out to Hudson Ferris, cutting back to the middle. Touchdown, Heritage Hall. Coach Bogert pulls it out of the bag. That was an end around with another reverse, and it's Trip Thomas with the 17-yard touchdown pass to Hudson Ferris. And if Trip Thomas hasn't done it all in the last few weeks, that was the one thing he was denied, a touchdown pass. And so Trip Thomas is, of course, first touchdown pass of the year. The throwback to Hudson Ferris for the second touchdown of the game. And Heritage Hall's coming out right where they left off in last week here at the Pop against Plainview. Scoring in its first two possessions. Only midway through, not even midway through the first quarter right now. Just under 10 minutes remaining in Heritage Hall already. Which will be a 14-0 lead following this kick by Bo Butler. Kick is up. And it is good. 14-0 Heritage Hall early in this ball game. Hudson Ferris has thrown for one and caught one. Trip Thomas, first touchdown pass of the year. As you see, the ball went to Max Everett. Back to Trip Thomas. Trip Thomas was getting a lot of pressure. Found Hudson Ferris out there unaccounted for. Hudson Ferris hit at the goal line by number 50, Avery Cates, but he was not to be denied for the 7. A huge thank you to Stanley's Graduation, offering Jostens products and conveniently located in Edmond. For all of your high school grad needs, class rings, leather jackets, announcements, and championship rings. Celebrating moments that matter, Stanley's Graduation Services. Call or text them at 405-607-4343 or visit them at jostens.com. So just what the doctor ordered here for the Heritage Hall offense starting this game. We have a quick revisit to the keys to victory. Joe Cooper Auto Group keys to victory. Keep the foot on the gas, and Heritage Hall is doing exactly that right now. No penalties so far in this ball game, which is good, but cleaning up the penalties and also the communication and read. So just what Coach Bogert asked of his team on the Joe Cooper Auto Group keys to victory. Heritage Hall perfectly executing those keys right now as a kickoff once again into the end zone for the touchback. Bo Butler rarely has any kick that does not end up as a touchback. Such a big weapon. I saw Bo Butler boot a 50-yarder in warm-ups as well tonight. So you know he's looking down that line to Coach Bogert and saying, hey, just give me a shot. Bo Butler with a 43-yard field goal. I believe it was last week or the week before that. So definitely has the leg. It had the leg to go at least 50 on that one. So Bo Butler looking for his opportunity to kick one through the uprights again tonight. So third possession of the game here for Pauls Valley. Mitchell with the give. And that is to Ryan Hammond on the carry. Tackle by Austin Keene. No gain on the play. So far, this Heritage Hall defense has been very stingy. Like we talked about, the young Holden Mitchell, the freshman quarterback for the Panthers, will have his work cut out for him tonight against this very stout Charger defensive line. Mitchell with the give. Boy, that ball was almost taken out of Mitchell's hands before he handed it off. And that was Austin King getting back there quickly, disrupting that play, and that's going to be a big loss on the play. Loss back to the 15. So this is going to be a loss of 5 on the play, and it will bring up a 3rd and 15 here for the Panthers. The third down bell on the Bogert family scoreboard ringing away. Trying to inspire our team to get off the field and get this ball back in the high-powered offense's hands. Light crowd tonight after the delay, and that ball is thrown out in the flats. A little screen pass, and boy, it is snuffed out by Jackson Echok. Along with saw Andrick Golden out there as well. So that is another big loss on the play. Loss of 6 on that play, and so that's going to bring us to a 4th and 21 here for Heritage Hall. Ball all the way back inside the 10-yard line. So I said for Heritage Hall for Pauls Valley. So that ball is going to be located at about the 9-yard line. Back to punt for the Panthers. And that ball is hacked over the punter's head. He's trying to get down. It hit in the end zone, and this is going to be a safety. He is hit by Cannon Bronson on the play, number 85, Cannon Bronson, and that is going to be a safety. That is 2 weeks in a row that Heritage Hall has had a safety here in a big ball game. Last week, if you remember, it started off that way. Safety right out of the gate, second play of the game. First play was a penalty. Second play was a safety, and this is another one. So Heritage Hall is going to extend the lead 16-0, and things are not going the way of the Panthers so far. Bronson with a nice tackle in the end zone. That was the punter, Jace Wilkerson, that was back there. The snap was high. Wilkerson was unable to control it. Ball was on the turf. He did fall on it for a safety, saving his team the touchdown, as Heritage Hall had plenty of defenders right on top of it. Here's another look at it. As you'll see, the snap is high. Wilkerson went up to get it. Wisely was able to pick it up and fall on it. Avoids the tackle right there, but he could not avoid Cannon Bronson, who hits him hard and throws him to the turf for the safety. So this will be a free kick for the Panthers, kicking at the 20-yard line, deep to receive for the Chargers. Number 3, Gerard Williams, and also Emeka Akego, both standing at the Charger 25-yard line, set to receive this free kick. That's going to be the biggest kicker there for Pauls Valley that you've probably ever seen in your life. This kickoff for Pauls Valley is Mason Baharona. And the kick is going to be fielded by Gerard Williams. Always dangerous anytime the ball is in his hands. He's looking for space, trying to get outside. He's about the 45 up to the 50. He's run out of bounds at about the 46-yard line. Good field position once again here for the Charger offense. So far for Pauls Valley, punt on their first possession, fumbled on the second possession that was recovered by Jackson Echok. And then a safety here on the last one. So this is Heritage Hall with a short field once again, looking to add to this total. 7 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Heritage Hall will start on their own 47-yard line. Just exactly what Coach Bogert wanted to see here the start of this game. Coach Bogert, as we said, comes in on the year. For his career, 131-11 on the year. That ball goes out to Max Everett. He's got some running room, and whenever you get Everett out there in the open space, that's exactly what can happen. That motor runs, and you saw the speed there of Everett and the shiftiness as well. Big gain on the play. Went from the Heritage Hall 47 all the way down to the Pauls Valley 26-yard line. So that's going to be a fresh set of downs for Heritage Hall. 1st and 10, ball at the 26, and there's a penalty on the play. We saw that look like an orange flag out there. It wasn't a yellow flag. It looked like something different if that's the flag out there. So there is a flag on the play, so that's going to negate the big gain by Max Everett down to the 26-yard line. So instead, it's going to be marked off from there. So that's going to be pushed all the way back to the 37-yard line. Big shift in field position and momentum on that penalty. So that's going to bring up a 1st and 20, ball all the way back to the 37-yard line. Max Everett in the backfield with Hudson Ferris. Full shift on the play. The give is to Everett. Looking for some space along the sidelines. Good hard run. Got a lot of it back for Max Everett. That ball is all the way down. Gain of about 15 on the play for Everett. 14 or 15. We'll see what they mark it officially. But this is going to be a 2nd and 4. Yes, gain of 16 on the play for Max Everett. Max Everett came into the night. 280 yards rushing, 65 carries on the year. 5 touchdowns for Max Everett. Very productive season there for that young man. So that's going to be a false start here on the Chargers. That'll move it back 5 yards, one of those pre-snap penalties. Here's a look again at that run by Everett. Just a simple pitch out there to Max. Gets it, finds a small crease up the sidelines. Good 16-yard gain there by Max Everett. Nice blocking out in front there by Rhett Davis. So that's going to push the ball back 5 yards. So we got a 2nd and 9, ball back to the 48-yard line in Heritage Hall territory. 2nd down, the give is to Everett once again. Good lead blocking out in front. Small crease, keeping those legs going, and that's going to be good enough for a Heritage Hall 1st down. Great running early on here by Max Everett. Great hard running by Everett. Max Everett has not gone over 100 yards rushing yet in a ball game. But I think tonight you're probably going to see him as well as Nash Iser that are going to get the bulk of the offensive carries. Bulk of the offense, period. As each shot goes in motion, the fake to Everett. Hudson Ferris rolling to his right. He's looking for Rhett Davis, a tight end across the middle. He finds him for a short gain on the play. So nice 1st down play here by the Chargers. Short gain of about 4. We'll call it 3. This is going to bring us 2nd and 7 coming up here. Porter England, Walker Waddell now into the checking in into the offense for the Chargers. Walker Waddell joins Hudson Ferris in the backfield. Flag on the play. This is probably looks like another false start, or we have a Pauls Valley Panther that was in the neutral zone, so we'll see what they call here. This is going to be offsides, jumped into the neutral zone. Once you get into that neutral zone in high school football, that is an automatic penalty. So we're going to mark 5 the other way against the Panthers, so that's going to bring us to a 2nd and 2 here for the Chargers. As Nash Iser and Max Everett and Walker Waddell joins Hudson Ferris in the backfield. The give is to Iser right up the middle. Good blocking. That's going to be a 1st down for the Chargers. Nice hard run there by Iser. 16-0, 5 minutes, 31 seconds left to go here in the 1st quarter. Heritage Hall taking advantage of every opportunity so far on both sides of the football. This is the possession following the safety. If you're just joining us and you missed it. 2nd safety in consecutive weeks here for the Chargers. It gives to Iser. Trying to get outside. He's tackled on the play. Looks like he was brought down by Aaron Meave for the Panthers. Nice pickup of 5. You'll take that all day long on 1st down. Here for the Chargers. Ball down to the 22-yard line. Inside of 5 minutes here in the opening quarter. It's been all Heritage Hall. Heritage Hall coming off a 38-28 win over Plainview last week. 3A number 5 Plainview. Great win for the Chargers. Hudson Ferris looking for his receiver, Rhett Davis, out there. Rhett Davis reaching out for the 1st down. It looks like he's going to come up just a hair short. About a yard short there on the play. So it's going to be 3rd and 1 here for the Chargers. Ball on the 18-yard line. Obviously probably 4-down territory here for Coach Bogert. If recent history tells us anything, this is 4-down territory all the time. The give is to Max Everett. Looking outside. He's got enough for the 1st down. Trying to cut back. Finds a running lane. Nice hard run there by Everett. Great pickup on the play. It's been Max Everett that is picking up yards in chunks, and that's going to be good enough for a 1st and goal to go for Heritage Hall. Ball at the 9-yard line. It's been all Heritage Hall so far. Max Everett approaching about 40 yards, 50 yards rushing already here in the opening quarter. Everett looking to get his first 100-yard rushing game of the season. Heritage Hall looking to score on consecutive plays. 2 touchdowns and a safety so far, and the ball is in, and that is going to be touchdown Heritage Hall. Just like that, that is a 9-yard run by Max Everett. Touchdown Heritage Hall. Max Everett with his 6th touchdown of the year. 9-yard touchdown run. Max Everett. It has been the Max Everett show so far here in the 1st quarter for the Charger rushing attack. Bo Butler on to attempt the point after attempt one more time. Kick is up, and it is good just as it is. And so just like that, that is a 23-0 for Heritage Hall. And here it is once again. The give is just to Everett going to the left side. Great blocking out front. Great piece of blocking there by David Griffin, and also leading that was Ryan Bullock, springing Max Everett into the end zone. So 23-0, here is the score. 3 minutes, 47 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Heritage Hall all over the Panthers early in this game. Hey, Charger fans, 3 Points Land is proud to support the Chargers, and the Chargers are proud to have them on our team. 3 Points Land is leading the industry in land services for energy innovation. Visit 3pointsland.com to learn more. And here's Bo Butler for the kickoff. Hey, if you're watching tonight and you know a current Charger student or two, please encourage them to get involved with ChargerVision, which is powered by students. Without dedicated volunteers, ChargerVision can't do what we do, and in recent years, some of the volunteerism has dwindled a little bit. So let's bring it back and keep ChargerVision healthy. A lot of great stories coming out of the experience of former students here at Heritage Hall who got involved with ChargerVision and now using that into their careers in college and afterwards. Caleb Kalsich graduated here in 2022. You heard him on the broadcast a couple of times this year. He's a senior at KU Sports Media. In addition to calling Jayhawk Sports, he's coming back this season. Like we said, he's got one more game he's going to call with us here on ChargerVision, and he attributes much of what he's doing today from his experience on ChargerVision. So we invite you to get involved and stay involved. No better seat in the house than right here with ChargerVision. So Holden Mitchell trying to get something going, looking for his receiver out there. That ball's thrown short. Boy, he's probably really lucky that Gerard Williams lost his feet there, because that ball was going to be right in Gerard Williams' hands, and that would have been the 4th interception of the year for Gerard Williams, because that ball was thrown right at him. But as it stands, that is a incomplete pass on first down. Ball sitting at the 20-yard line. This is going to bring up a 2nd and 10 for the Panthers. Panthers trying to get anything going right now. Young Holden Mitchell at quarterback. Ryan Hammond in the backfield got all of the carries so far here for the Panthers, with nothing to show for this very, very stout Heritage Hall defensive line. And you see it once again. No gain on the play. Maybe a loss of 1 or 2 on the play there for the Panthers. Different ball carrier on that one, looking for a number. That was number 22, and that looks like that was Charles Newell on the carry for Pauls Valley. And that is going to be a loss of 1 on the play. Looks like this is going to be a 3rd and 11 coming up here for Pauls Valley. No running lanes whatsoever for Pauls Valley so far. It's exactly what we expect from this Heritage Hall defense. Mitchell drops back looking for a receiver, and that is right off the hands of Carson Phelps. Mitchell just no time to do anything on that play. He just kind of threw it up in the air. The receiver still had not come out of his break, and that ball is off the hands of Carson Phelps, just a little high. Phelps unable to come down with it, but that's going to be another 4th down here for the Panthers. That's going to bring us a 4th and 11, ball on the 19. Porter England, Gerard Williams back to receive the punt once again for Heritage Hall. 2 minutes, 49 seconds left here in the opening quarter. It's been all Chargers so far, 23-0. That ball is pressured off the foot. Porter England fields it out about the 42-yard line. And he is hit there and brought down. Forward progress to about, they're going to mark it at about the 42, about the 43-yard line, it looks like. So another short field for Heritage Hall, already leading 23-0. Walker Waddell's going to start this possession in the backfield. Second punt of the night for Pauls Valley. In addition to a fumble and a safety, the ball is out to Porter England, who's just going to use his speed right now to get to the outside, and he does. Sheds the tackle, turns it back towards the middle. Great pickup on the play. All the way down to the Pauls Valley 11-yard line. Good enough for a Heritage Hall first down, so it looks like it's not going to be first and goal. Let's see here if they're going to, I think they're going to mark it at about the 11. So you can still pick up a first down. This is going to be a first down for Heritage Hall. Ball marked at the 11-yard line. Give is to Iser. Working back to the middle. Nice patient run. He's hit. He's slung down by number 62, Vince Lewis. Sorry, that was number 65, James Major, and we'll take another look at that play. Hudson Ferris just finds Porter England out there at the 40. Porter England just uses his speed. Sheds a tackle here. Being able to break away from that one from Charles Newell. So this is going to be ball at the 9-yard line. The give is to Nash Iser, going up the middle. Touchdown, Heritage Hall. And that is a 9-yard touchdown run for Nash Iser. On the year, Nash Iser, third touchdown of the year, and it has been all Chargers so far in this one. Nash Iser's first touchdown of the night, following the 9-yard touchdown run by Max Everett. So it's becoming a number, the magic number of 9. 9-yard touchdown run for Iser, 9-yard touchdown run for Everett so far. Heritage Hall with Bo Butler on to extend this lead. And that ball is blocked. That kick was blocked right there by James Fields. So one of the rare occasions when we do not convert on the point after attempt. So that's going to be 29-0 here in the first quarter for Heritage Hall. Minute 20 left in this quarter. And there it was again, broke right through for the block point after attempt. Injectable Aesthetics proudly supports the Chargers. Look on the outside as young as you feel on the inside. Follow us at Injectable Aesthetics OKC on Instagram for more info. Taking a look at some Charger alumni out there. Sterling Shepard having a nice year here for the Bucks. And Baker Mayfield. Sterling Shepard on the year. 26 receptions, 267 yards with a touchdown. We saw him all last week on Primetime Football. Good to see Sterling Shepard battled through a bunch of injuries over his career and has found new life in Tampa Bay. So we all remember the job and everything that he did here on the campus of Heritage Hall and here at the Pop. One of the most decorated graduates we've had here at Heritage Hall, and especially for this football program as the kick is up, and it is in the end zone once again for a touchback. Gavin Freeman also highly decorated. 23 receptions, 233 yards, and 2 touchdowns on the year for Oklahoma State. Just up the highway here from Heritage Hall. Gavin Freeman having a great career. Started off at OU, now at Oklahoma State. So this is going to be a 1st and 10, ball at the 20-yard line. 2 punts, a fumble, and a safety so far for Pauls Valley. And the give is from Mitchell. See who that was on the carry. I think that was Lane Lewis. Yes, it was. Number 7, Lane Lewis on the carry. David Griffin on the stop for the Chargers. 5-yard gain on the play. Nice first yard play for the Panthers. moves the ball up to the 25-yard line. Like we said, the delay had an effect on the crowd tonight a little bit here at the Pop. As you can understand, that ball is caught. Trying to spin out of it is Logan Shaper. And that's going to be a loss on the play. Moves it back to the original line of scrimmage just about. Yes, right on it. So this is going to be a 3rd and 10, loss of 5 on the play. Ball is back to the Pauls Valley 20-yard line. Looks like that'll probably be the last play here in the first quarter. Clock stops at 15 seconds. Official timeout, and they are going to call it an incomplete pass. I thought that whenever it came out there, it did look like the ball either touched the ground or bounced back up, but that is going to be an incomplete pass. Well, that's what they called on the field, but they're keeping the ball where it's at. So let's see what was just called here. Yeah. They're going to move it back up. So they called it an incomplete pass, but then they kept the ball marker right where it was. So, yeah, they're going to move it back up. So this is going to be back to a 3rd and 5 for the Panthers at the 25-yard line, negating the 5-yard loss on the reception. So play clock is running. Game clock is not at this point. 15 seconds left here in the first quarter. Mitchell drops back. The give is once again to Lane Lewis, and he has nothing on the play. No gain on the play. That's going to be the last play here in the first quarter. They're going to switch sides, and Pauls Valley is going to be looking at a 4th and 5 here to start the second quarter. It's been all Heritage Hall so far. Zeros on the scoreboard here in the first quarter. It is Heritage Hall 29, Pauls Valley Panthers 0. You are watching Heritage Hall football right here on the ChargerVision Network.
Joe Cooper Ford has 3 Ford dealerships around the metro to serve Oklahoma better than anyone else. What does having 3 of the best Ford dealerships in the state mean for you? It means 3 times the selection and 3 times the savings. And that's 3 times the service. And Joe guarantees to beat any price in Oklahoma by $500, or he'll give you $10,000. That's why Joe beats the competition 3-1. Who loves Oklahoma?
The elite always work to get better. So every day, we dedicate ourselves to being the best orthopedic surgeons in the country, committed to helping you be your best. No matter where you are or the obstacles you face, we never give up, because it's too important to you and the communities we serve. And for that reason, Saints march on.
And a nice Thunder update for you. Thunder in double overtime again, game 2 of the year. Thunder in double overtime, about 44 seconds left in that game. Hey, the nice thing about the Bogert family scoreboard, like we talked about, we were in a 2-hour lightning delay, but, you know, here at Heritage Hall, we just throw the Thunder game up on the big Jumbotron while it's raining outside, and we were able to watch the game. But double overtime again here for the Thunder, about 44 seconds left. SGA, 51 points right now for the Thunder, so hope you're catching some of that as well. And that ball is kicked, and it is a short kick off the side of the foot. Everybody getting away from it. It is going to take a slight Pauls Valley bounce, and that's going to be down at about the 39-yard line on the Heritage Hall side of the field. So Heritage Hall is going to take over once again. Second straight punt for Pauls Valley, 3rd punt of the night for the Panthers. Heritage Hall has scored on every possession so far, 3 touchdowns and a safety. 4 touchdowns and a safety, excuse me. Touchdown so far. 31-yard touchdown pass from Hudson Ferris to Porter England. 17-yard touchdown pass. Trip Thomas back to Hudson Ferris. Hudson Ferris has a lot of time now being flushed out of the pocket a little bit. That ball is thrown. It is incomplete. Intended for Trip Thomas. 9-yard touchdown run, Max Everett, and a 9-yard touchdown run by Nash Iser. Spreading the wealth today between players and getting into the end zone here for the Charger offense. Top 10 rankings here in Class 3A. Lincoln Christian, number 1. Sulphur, number 2. Heritage Hall, number 3 in the state. Some schedules. That ball is to Gerard Williams, and he slips the tackle. You're not going to catch him. By the way, that's Gerard Williams at the 10-5, and touchdown Heritage Hall. 56-yard touchdown reception by Gerard Williams from Hudson Ferris. We knew as soon as he got the ball in his hands, you were not going to catch him. Ferris to Gerard Williams. That is Gerard Williams' 5th touchdown of the year. And that comes on a 56-yarder. The previous long for Williams was a 60-yard touchdown reception. Gerard Williams came in tonight with 1 game on the year with 100-plus yards receiving. He got 56 of it right there on his first reception of the night. Been targeted a couple of times, but that's the first reception for Gerard Williams. And just like that, second play of the second quarter here for the Charger offense results in another Charger touchdown. And it is all Heritage Hall Bo Butler with the low stinger that he just hit right there. But it's good. Remember, the last one was blocked for the first time. It's also wonderful, and we'll take another look at it right here. Hudson Ferris getting it, looking all the way to Gerard Williams at the 50. Once he makes that first move, you're not going to catch this young man. The Tulsa commit gets out in the open field. He's going to outrun just about anybody in the state and goes in easily without a hand on him or anybody near him for the 35th point of the game for Heritage Hall. Now it's 36 following the Bo Butler point after conversion. Heritage Hall has scored every time it has touched the ball tonight. 5th touchdown on the night for the Chargers. Let's look at some of the scores around. Plainview all over Anadarko at the halftime, 35-14. Seeing any other scores of interest coming up? Purcell and Star Spencer, our next 2 opponents. No score right there starting. It looks like they probably had a delay as well. Interesting ball game. Second quarter, Mustang leads Bixby right now by the score of 12-11. Bixby, the number 1 team in the entire country, being bested by Mustang right now. That game is being played in Mustang. That is Brian Keller here on the return. Short kick by Bo Butler. Covered well by the Heritage Hall kick team. So, boy, a surprise out there west of us here in Oklahoma City. Just west of us, a ball game happening in Mustang, 12-11. That would be probably the shocker of the last 5 years in high school football here in Oklahoma. Should Mustang be able to pull off that massive upset? Bixby with about 15 or 16 high-level Division I players on that roster. A team of the ages up there in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So Pauls Valley is going to get it right here, punted 3 times already on the night. Holden Mitchell with the give once again to Ryan Hammond, and nothing on the play. The offensive line for Pauls Valley just unable to thwart off this extremely tenacious defensive line and linebacker crew for Heritage Hall. Carson Phelps right there on the tackle along with friends. That's going to be a loss of 2 on the play for Pauls Valley. Going to bring us to a 2nd and 12 ball all the way back to the 18-yard line. Pauls Valley trying to do anything it can to stop this routing here that they are facing at the hands of Heritage Hall. Both sides of the football. Mitchell drops back looking for a receiver. Gerard Williams is out there, and that ball is picked off by Williams, circling back at the 50. He's looking for some space, and if he gets it, he's going to be trouble, working all his way all the way back down to about the 20-yard line. That is going to be another turnover for this Heritage Hall defense. It's going to be the 4th interception of the year for Gerard Williams, the 11th for Heritage Hall. And just like that, the Heritage Hall offense is going to get it back once again. Second turnover on the night in addition to a safety here for Pauls Valley. Williams throwing his hat into the ring for this Seth Wadley Auto Family Power Promise Player of the Game. Off to a good start already here in this one.
Oh, yeah,
So this is going to be a first down for Heritage Hall. Ball's at the 22-yard line.
Oh, really? They played at the fall review. The fall review? Or the spring review. Yeah, the fall review.
The give is to Nash Iser around the right side, looking for some space, and he's hit. He's hit hard right there by number 54. Alan Hernandez on the tackle. But that's a gain of about 7 on the play. We're going to actually call it a gain of probably, let's call it 8-yard gain on the play on first down. Good job there by Nash Iser. Ground game working well here for the Chargers early on in this one. Chargers have scored 5 consecutive possessions, 5 straight touchdowns. Give us to Walker Waddell. Lead blocker, great lead blocking out there. Waddell cuts it back to the middle, dives for the end zone. Touchdown, Heritage Hall. 15-yard touchdown run by Walker Waddell. That is the 3rd rushing touchdown for Heritage Hall tonight. Walker Waddell joining the party that already has participants in Max Everett and Nash Iser. 15-yard touchdown run this time. Everything going right for Heritage Hall in this ball game. Heritage Hall's highest scoring total so far this year came 2 weeks ago against Anadarko. A win of 52-14. 2 other times they've been in the 40s. That kick is good. That pushes the score to 43-0 for Heritage. 9 minutes, 23 seconds left here in the second quarter. Here's another look at it. Hudson Ferris with the give to Walker Waddell. Great blocking. Andrick Golden just taking his player all the way to the track. Andrick Golden, I did not see that in the initial play, but here in the replay, if you look at that block by Andrick Golden, that is unbelievable. He started that block at about the hash mark, and he drove the Pauls Valley Panther all the way almost to the track here at the Pop. So great blocking. Also on that lead block, we saw Ryan Bullock out there leading the way as well. So the Chargers just having their way on both sides of the ball here against Pauls Valley. I was talking about highest point totals of the year for Heritage Hall. One time in the 50s, 52-14 over Anadarko. Also 48 points scored against North Rock Creek, and then 43 points against Millwood. Matching our total tonight through a quarter and less than a half. As the cheerleaders are spiking footballs off the press box glass once again. Kickoff is fielded at the 1-yard line. Trying to get something, and he is, whoa, he slides out of the tackle. He was hit at about the 10-yard line. Got free of that arm tackle, but he is brought down rudely by Austin King. That was Brian Keller on the return, the sophomore for the Panthers. Boy, I'm sure glad the glass was in front of me. A cheerleader just rifled the ball from the track. It had a beeline for my head. Luckily, we had a thick glass in the middle of us. Always one of my favorite parts of the game here at the Pop. So 9 minutes, 6 seconds. Pauls Valley is going to start on their own 10-yard line, trailing by 43 here in the second quarter. Misdirection. Biggest play of the game for Pauls Valley. Brian Keller on the carry. Pick up of 12 on the play for the Panthers. So, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't have the stats in front of me, but that might be the first first down of the game for the Panthers. So the Thunder with the final game 2 of the year, 141-135 over the Pacers.
Me?
Shea with 55 points on the night. Congratulations to the OKC Thunder. Boy, what an epic start. First 2 games of the year, double overtimes. Great victory. Bixby's taking the lead on Mustang 14-12. Bixby kicks the field goal. So Bixby getting all they can handle tonight in Mustang, Oklahoma. A game that was also moved from Friday night for weather. A bunch of games across the state tonight. Originally scheduled for Friday. A lot of inclement weather in the forecast for tomorrow. So a lot of the teams, in order to get these district games in, which are very, very hard to make up, move the game to tonight. And despite a 2-hour delay, we're getting some football in. This is 2nd and 5 for the Panthers. The give is to Lane Lewis, and he's hit at the line once again. Max Everett was the first one to get there. Helped out also by Carson Phelps on the play. So this is going to bring a 3rd and 5 for the Panthers. Ball at the 27-yard line. 3 punts, an interception, a fumble, and a safety so far is what it looks like for the Panther offense tonight. The give is up the middle. He gets nothing. He is tackled hard right there by Ryan Bullock and also Austin King. No gain on the play, and actually not only that, but it looks like there's a loss of 2 on the play. So this is going to bring us to a 4th and 7. And I don't see that. We do see the punt team coming on now for Pauls Valley. It looked like for a second there that Coach Anthony was going to go for it. Really nothing to lose at this point, but this is going to be a 4th and about 6. Ball on the 26-yard line, looks like. A lot of pressure. Kick is off. It is fielded by Max Everett at the 38-yard line. Max Everett, nice return on the play, all the way up to about the 46-yard line. Good field position, short field once again for the Heritage Hall offense. That was the 4th punt of the evening for the Panthers. So it looks like one of those games when potentially you're going to see some of these young guys that get some reps, get some good quality game reps tonight. You just can't replicate those in practice. And that's one of the advantages we've seen with Heritage Hall football over the years is anytime we get in games like this, it allows some of those young players to really get in and get valuable reps for upcoming seasons, and we're seeing some of that right now. Kobe White has entered the game for the Chargers, as well as Grant Sullivan in for this Charger offense.
Let's go, let's fight. Like, dude, you already said fight.
And the give right up the middle. Great piece of running right there by Tyler Butler. Tyler Butler has one touchdown earlier here in a couple of weeks ago. Nice touchdown run over the left side. So Tyler Butler with the carry right there. And we're going to change quarterbacks. This is Harper Slavonic coming in for Hudson Ferris. 5 minutes, 48 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. Harper Slavonic in at quarterback for the Chargers. Harper Slavonic, 5'10", 148-pound freshman. See if he can keep this offense churning like it has been. The give is to Butler. Has some lead blockers. Nice hard run. Good tackle there by Ryan Hammond for the Panthers. So this is going to bring up about a 2nd and 6 here for the Chargers. As Tyler Butler comes out of the game. A lot of the younger guys in right now in it. Running back. Looks like Carson Phelps in the backfield. Fake to Phelps. Slavonic fumbles the ball. Ball's on the turf. Falls on it. Big loss on the play for this Charger offense. So that's going to push it all the way back to a 3rd and 15. Ball back at the 45-yard line. Also in the game for the Chargers is Cole Lacey. Joining Slavonic in the backfield once again is Carson Phelps. Carson Phelps contributing a lot on the defensive side of the ball. First time we've really seen him in the backfield. Slavonic rolling to his right. Looking out there. He's got a guy open. Great pass, great catch, great conversion. That is Slavonic to Grant Sullivan. Nice pickup on the play, and that is going to be good for a Heritage Hall first down. Pick up a 16 on the play. Slavonic to Sullivan for a 16-yard gain. So it's going to be first down for Heritage Hall all the way down to the Panther 28-yard line. Great job, young man. Coach Boger getting some guys some looks, and the give is to Carson Phelps. Hit right at the line of scrimmage. That was a good tackle there by James Major. So this is going to be a 2nd and 13 for the Chargers. Tyler Butler back in the game in the backfield for Heritage Hall. The give is to Butler up the middle. Oh, gets his feet taken out from him by number 22, Charles Newell. Good tackle there by Newell. We'll check on Tyler Butler, make sure everything's good there. Tyler Butler, the senior, 6'1", 210. Still down on the field. Being attended to by the Heritage Hall training staff. Best in the business. A big thank you to another proud sponsor of our Chargers, Dr. Joshua Blue Spears. Do you want to perform at optimal level? Come join the million other high school, college, and professional athletes. And get adjusted before or after the game. For more info, follow us at JBS_chiropractic on Instagram. As they continue to tend to Tyler Butler there on the field. Charger Volleyball finished a phenomenal 19-10 season with the state semifinals appearance. After sweeping Shoto 3-0 in the quarterfinals, the Chargers couldn't overcome arch rival Cassidy and fell to the Cyclones 3-1. While the Chargers will graduate a few Impact veterans, the squad is still young and talented and will undoubtedly make another run at a title in 2026. Congrats to the volleyball squad on a stellar season. Great job to the Charger volleyballers. Looks like Tyler Butler is up. Getting off the field under his own power, so that's always a good sign. Looks like Tyler Butler's going to be okay. But that's going to bring us a 3rd and 7 ball on the 24-yard line. Heritage Hall threatening once again. Heritage Hall has scored every time it has touched the football tonight. 6 straight touchdowns, as well as a safety so far in this ball game. Heritage Hall looking to put some more points on the board. Take this momentum into the half. Slavonic. Oh, nice play there by Slavonic once again to Grant Sullivan. Sullivan had it in his hand, unable to come down with it. They had a connection of 16 yards earlier on this drive to get a big first down for the Chargers, unable to connect on that one. So that's going to bring up a 4th and 7 for the young Slavonic at quarterback. Ball at the 24. Three wideouts for the Chargers on the top side. 2 below. Slavonic drops back, looking for it. It's going to be a quarterback draw. He's going to run it right up the middle, and he's good. He's got it. That's a big 4th down pickup by Harper Slavonic, and that's good enough for a Heritage Hall first down. Good run, young man. Spread out the field, and Slavonic did it all with his feet to pick up the 4th and 7 conversion. So this is going to be a first down for Heritage Hall. Ball's down at the 15-yard line. Slavonic now is joined in the backfield by Austin Echok, freshman, 5'11", 160. The give is to Austin Echok, getting around the right side, looking back. Nice vision On the carry right there for Echok, the young Echok. Gain of 6 on the play. That's going to be a 2nd and 4. Ball inside the 10-yard line now for the Charger offense. Minute and 53 seconds left to go in the half. You know the young guys want to punch it in right here, and you know Coach Bogert's probably going to let them. Both teams have all 3 timeouts remaining. Play clock is at 20 as they get the call from the sideline. It's going to be a 2nd and 4. Stay tuned at halftime. We're going to have an interview with our honorary Charger football captain, Sawyer McDavid, class of 23. The give is to Echok once again, and he is gang tackled right there at the 10-yard line, 9-yard line. Sawyer McDavid, class of 2035. Also Peyton McDavid, class of 2038. Young men will be here in the booth with us, talking a little Heritage Hall football. So under a minute left to go in the half, 3rd and 3 here for the Chargers. Ball is officially down at the 8-yard line. Oh, and that give is to Echok, and he's hit immediately. And that's big numbers, 68 on that one. That is James Fields. So we'll see if Coach Bogert elects to run one more play here or just take it to the locker room.
They clap like that. Like with their hands above their head like that. I think it might have been the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
7 seconds, and they do run one more play. Harper Slavonic, kind of a busted play. He's going to take it himself, looking for anything. And he's going to be tackled at about the 2-yard line. And that is zeros on the clock, and so that's going to take us to the half. It's been a great half of football here for Heritage Hall. The only possession they didn't score on, that's the end of the half as time runs out. But it's been all Heritage Hall all night long. At the end of the half, it's Heritage Hall 43, Pauls Valley 0. You are watching Heritage Hall football right here on the ChargerVision Network.
When you walk into this room, who you have beside you matters. Experience matters. We fight in Oklahoma and around the country, standing toe-to-toe against the most powerful adversaries in the world, and we win. Our record speaks for itself. Our verdicts and settlements speak for themselves, and we want to fight for you. Nix Patterson, Oklahoma attorneys with world-class experience.
Okay. Oh.
Joe Cooper Ford has 3 Ford dealerships around the metro to serve Oklahoma better than anyone else. What is having 3 of the best Ford dealerships in the...
I can't hear you. No, you're turned down. Go ahead, talk again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Say check, check.
What?
Just say check. Just say something.
Check, check.
Yeah, you're good. All right, and we're back. It has been all Heritage Hall so far in this first half. 43-0 Heritage Hall. And I've got some special guys in the booth with me tonight. I'm so grateful to have my man Sawyer right here. Sawyer McDavid, class of 2035 here at Heritage Hall. Sawyer, what do you think about this game so far?
It's been a really good game.
What would you do different? Would you do anything different? We've got a 43-point lead. Did you expect that to happen tonight?
No.
So, Charger football, so Sawyer is, he's a wrestler. He plays basketball. I mean, basically anything. So tell me, what is your favorite sport, Sawyer?
I gotta say my favorite sport is basketball.
Oh, is it basketball? Now tell me, what is it about basketball that makes it your favorite?
It's just, it challenges you.
Okay.
And you're, really trying to, you're just using your muscles and you're trying to do stuff.
And very fast-paced, isn't
Yeah,
it? I mean, you're going up and down, and something is always happening in basketball. So Sawyer and his brother is our honorary captains tonight, and you know, as an honorary captain, we expect you to kind of lead the team tonight into victory. So, do you think you can get that done for us?
Yeah.
Well, I think you're doing a good job. I'm going to give you all of the props so far with this 43-0 advantage. Is that good? So what did you do during the break? We had a long lightning break. What did you do? Did you just hang out and play?
I just hanged out.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
did you go in the gym and play around a little bit? And
yeah, my friend, me and my Cohen, we played around.
Oh, you did? Did you go in there and shoot any hoops or anything like that?
Yeah, we shot a couple of hoops.
Okay. Hey, so of all the sports, so do you wrestle as well?
Yeah.
You wrestle as well, man. And you know, you don't mess with wrestlers. How long have you been wrestling?
I've been wrestling for like 5 years.
Oh, really? It's about the same length that you've been playing basketball as well? Man, that is awesome. So what other thing? Any football in your future? Do you think you're going to be right here on the field at Heritage Hall?
Maybe, I don't know.
Do you want to be?
Probably.
Yeah. Now, let me ask you something. Do you know many of the players? I know we wanted to talk about. Is your cousin Max?
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
So, Max is my dad's sister's son.
Oh, is that right? Man, that guy's good, isn't he? Now, do you get some of your inspiration from watching Max play?
Yeah.
And you know, as a young guy, do you look at these Heritage Hall players and think, man, that's a guy I want to be like. I want to be like Max, or I want to be on that field out there competing someday?
Yeah.
Oh, man, it doesn't get any better, does it? Who else do you want to say hi to out there before I let you go and talk to your brother? Mom and Dad?
Yeah, Mom.
Oh, they're right over there. Yeah, you want to say hi to them a little bit?
Right
Yeah.
over there.
And is that your brother? Is that your brother
Yeah,
waiting
Peyton
outside right
there,
here?
just waiting.
Well, you know what, Sawyer, we're so happy to have you as our honorary captain tonight. Thank you for your support of Heritage Hall, and we can't wait to see you out there someday and calling your name for touchdowns. Are you looking forward to that?
Yeah.
Okay, that is good. We're going to get his brother Peyton McDavid in here, and we're going to get him on the headset, and we're going to talk to him a little bit too. But Sawyer, it's good to meet you, my friend. All right, and we look forward to seeing you a lot of years out here at Heritage Hall.
See you too.
Okay, thank you so much. So we'll get his brother Sawyer in, or his brother Peyton in here as well, and talk to these guys. It's so fun talking to the young lower school guys here that are looking to be the future of Heritage Hall and the future of Heritage Hall sports and everything that we do around here. And really, it's a culture. It's a culture that we build. Yeah, it's really a culture that we build, and it starts with these guys at this age, and it's just something that's kind of ingrained in you from when you're small, and how you go about things. And oh man, we've got another big man taking the seat right here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, well, listen, I am now sitting with Sawyer's little brother. This is Peyton McDavid. And Peyton, tell me how old you are.
5.
5 years old. So that puts you in pre-K, or are you in kindergarten here?
Kindergarten.
Kindergarten. And so Peyton is the class of 2038 and also an honorary captain tonight. Hey, and do you want to talk about Max and Maris? So Max is your cousin. Is that right?
Yeah.
Tell me what you like most about seeing Max play out there.
Him getting the ball.
Hey, that's always good. Hey, you know what? We like when he gets the ball, too. We like that a lot up here. So is there one thing about Max, or does he help you out, or one thing about Maris that you look at and you're just like, man, I can't wait to be like that someday?
I can't wait to be a football player.
Ooh, okay. So is football your favorite sport? Okay, because your brother said that basketball was his favorite. But football is yours?
Yeah.
What other sports do you play right now?
Baseball, basketball, soccer, and I think that's all.
All of them, huh? You're just an athlete all around. But football, you think, is your favorite. What position is your favorite position in football?
I kind of do everything.
Oh, you do. Are you thinking you might be a quarterback? Because I know you love to play quarterback.
I usually get the ball. I usually am quarterback. I'm usually center. I'm usually kind of all.
You're just a whole team of one out there, aren't you, Peyton?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that is great. Now, how do you like being at Heritage Hall? You enjoying your time here at Heritage Hall so far?
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. And you and your brother get along?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Who's the better quarterback, you or Sawyer?
Sawyer.
Okay. Who's the better basketball player, you or Sawyer?
Sawyer.
Okay. Peyton, you got to be saying. I'm going to tell him that you said you were better. Can I do that?
Yeah.
Okay. You won't get in too much trouble, will you?
Yeah.
Okay, so I asked your brother the same thing. You have an opportunity to say hello out there. Does anybody you want to say hello to? Is there anything you want to say?
No.
No? Is this your first time ever to be on a headset and on a camera like this?
Yeah.
It is? Are you nervous?
No.
No, that's good. Well, you're nailing it. You're doing a great job. What do you think about this Heritage Hall game so far? This lead that we have. You think we're doing pretty good?
Yes.
What did you do during the break?
Sit down and talk.
You just sat and talked, huh? You're 5 years old and you just sat and talked for 2 hours?
Yeah.
Man, that is impressive. What'd you talk about? Did you talk to your buddies? Talk to your parents? Who'd you talk to? Your brother?
My buddy, Sawyer, and my parents.
Were you talking sports or were you just talking life?
Just talking life.
just talking life, the meaning of life, and everything like it at five, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen, Peyton, it was so good to meet you. Thank you for being an honorary captain tonight, and we just ask you to keep getting us points like you've done so far, because as captain of this team tonight, I'm going to say it's only because of you that we have a 43-point lead. So you keep leading the team tonight, okay?
Okay.
We got a deal?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, it's a pleasure to meet you. Good to talk to you, and enjoy the rest of the game. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back to break down first half action. You are watching Heritage Hall football right here on the ChargerVision Network.
Joe Cooper Ford has 3 Ford dealerships around the metro to serve Oklahoma better than anyone else. What does having 3 of the best Ford dealerships in the state mean for you? It means 3 times the selection and 3 times the savings, and that's 3 times the service. And Joe guarantees to beat any price in Oklahoma by $500, or he'll give you $10,000. That's why Joe beats the competition 3-1. Who loves Oklahoma?
The elite always work to get better. So every day, we dedicate ourselves to being the best orthopedic surgeons in the country, committed to helping you be your best. No matter where you are or the obstacles you face, we never give up, because it's too important to you and the communities we serve. And for that reason, Saints march on.
What a first half it's been here for Heritage Hall. Scoring on every possession of the night except the last one with the end of the half. A little scoring recap for Heritage Hall. Heritage Hall started off the scoring, 31-yard touchdown pass from Hudson Ferris to Porter England. The point after attempt was good. 7-0 Heritage Hall. That was followed by a 17-yard touchdown pass from Trip Thomas back to Hudson Ferris on a little razzle-dazzle. 14-0 Heritage. That was followed by a safety. High snap to the punter, that was Jace Wilkerson for the Panthers, unable to come down with the high snap. Ball was on the ground in the end zone, eventually tackled by Cannon Bronson for the safety for the Chargers. That was followed by a 9-yard touchdown run by Max Everett, which pushed the lead to 23-0 for Heritage Hall. Following that, Nash Iser added in another 9-yard touchdown run, increasing the lead to 29-0. Hudson Ferris to Gerard Williams, 56-yard touchdown reception, 36-0 Chargers, and then a 15-yard touchdown run by Walker Waddell, which is where we sit right now. Getting ready to start the second half, that's 43 points, 43-0 Heritage Hall. We expect to see a lot of the young talent here on the roster performing in this second half. We'll do our very best letting you know who all is in the game and all of the changes that are happening. So it's good to see the young guys able to get into the game tonight and get some real live action. We'd like to thank Price Brown and Alex Wynn tonight, tonight's crew, and also Izzy Paskowski, class of 28 here at Heritage Hall, for their contribution to ChargerVision tonight and helping us with this broadcast throughout. Gabby Allspaw as well. Here on the ChargerVision crew for the evening, we're about a minute away from starting second half action. It's been all Heritage Hall. Sometimes in these situations, we have what's called a running clock that happens in the second half. Both coaches have to agree to it, of course. But what simply that means is that clock never stops, even on balls down and balls going out of bounds and whatnot. So we will take a look, and we'll see if that happens here in the second half of this ball game. Spark proudly supports Heritage Hall Athletics. Fuel your Charger pride with burgers, bites, and cold delights. Come see us before or after every big game in Chisholm Creek. Follow us at Eat at Spark on Instagram for more. Hey, Charger fans, Charger Esports is back to the grind this week. Apex Legends ran into a top 100 player with Belton, Texas, and was unable to score an upset, falling 2-0. Cooper Fowler kicked the dust up, finishing a respectable 8th place in the second round of the iRacing Dirt Track Series. Rocket League was in action against Sulphur this afternoon, and they won 3-0 in play vs Oklahoma action. On Saturday, Rocket League battles Webbers Falls and Beggs, while our Fortnite Box Night squads tussle with Prague, Roth, Jones Academy, and Riverside Indian School. On Monday, Jax Argo and Zach Davis are back into a Smash Brothers arena visiting Norman North for the in-person qualifier with OKSE State Tournament hopes on the line. Following at the Hall Esports on Instagram and TikTok, and stay in the know. Shout out to Cole Lacey and Grady Murray for adding a student voice to those social media channels. We are just about ready for kickoff action here in the second half. The officials were up here in the press box, so I don't know what the verdict is on the clock situation, but we'll know shortly. Heritage Hall set to receive the opening kick here in the second half. Back to receive the kick for the Chargers. Number 26, Caleb Niver. Number 23, no, that's not Nash Iser. Excuse me, that is not number 23. We'll get a look here what that number is. Also see Kobe White out there on the far side. So Pauls Valley set to kick it off. Mason Barahona here to kick it for the Panthers. Getting started here in the second half. Kick is up, and it is fielded. Well, it goes out of bounds right there at about the 15-yard line. That was Brooks Eve there to receive that ball. So it goes out of bounds, and that's going to be a penalty on the play. That ball is going to come up to the 35-yard line. Ball kicked out of bounds. On the kickoff, we'll see. It looks like Harper Slavonic in once again at quarterback for the Chargers. Looks like Tyler Butler in the backfield once again. I see Big John Hayes in there on the offensive line. Good to see John Hayes. Slavonic with the give to Butler. Butler was a little shaken up right before the half, but it looks like he's back in full speed once again. That was a loss on the play, on the give to Butler. It's going to be a loss of about 4 yards on the play. So this is going to be a 2nd and 14. Ball's at the 31-yard line for the Chargers. The pass, dangerous pass. That was Slavonic, intended for for Grant Sullivan. Great break on the ball right there by Charles Newell, and almost took it the opposite direction for the touchdown. but was unable to secure the interception. So this is going to bring a 3rd and 15 here for the Charger offense. Ball still sitting at about the 31-yard line, deep in Charger territory. I also see Vincent Oliver in there, freshman, 6'1", 155, number 80. Cole Lacey in motion. Slavonic under a heap of trouble, gets out of it. Searching for some room. He's going to take it himself up the sidelines. Nice scramble there by Slavonic on 3rd and 15. He's going to be pushed out of bounds at about the 41-yard line. So this is going to bring up a 4th down for Heritage Hall. This is going to be a 4th and about 4 yards here for the Chargers. And it does look like that, but Slavonic was ridden out of bounds. That clock is still running. So it does look like we're going to do a running clock here in the second half as we move under 10 minutes left to go here in the 3rd quarter. So this is going to be a 4th and 4 for the Chargers. Ball at the 41. Butler in the backfield here with Slavonic. Penalty on the play, pre-snap penalty. This is going to be an offsides. Big penalty against the Panthers. This is going to give Heritage Hall a 1st down, lining up in the neutral zone for Pauls Valley. So that's going to be good enough for a Heritage Hall 1st down here on the play. So a mental error there by the Panthers on 4th and 4. 1st down Chargers. Ball's moved up to about the 46-yard line, right on the 46. So we'll see what Coach Bogert does here. You suspect is keep the ball on the ground. It's going to be, looks like Tyler Butler all the way in the backfield here for the Chargers. Slavonic looking for it out there again. Once again, that was Charles Newell that sniffed that out, unable to come down with it. The intended receiver, Vincent Oliver. Slavonic telegraphed that one just a little bit. Getting some updates around the state. Deer Creek over Norman right now, 19-7. Big Norman, number 7 in the state at the half. Deer Creek leads him 19-7. Broken Arrow all over Union, 29-10. Don't have that. Oh, we do have an update on the Bixby Mustang scores. That give is to Butler. No score. Boy, Mustang is giving Bixby all they want. 14-12 still. This is 3rd quarter action. That was just updated a few minutes ago. Looking at Class 3A, Lincoln Christian all over Chakota, 56-0. Anadarko trying to make it close with Plainview, 35-21 right now. Kingfisher, big winner over North Rock Creek, 34-0. Still no score on the Purcell Star Spencer game. Next 2 games on the slate here for Heritage Hall. This is going to be a 3rd and 10 for the Chargers. Ball at the 46-yard line. Empty backfield here for the Chargers and Slavonic. We ran this play last time, and Slavonic took it himself. Once again, it is going to be a quarterback draw. Nothing up the middle. Slavonic now rolling to his right, looking for anybody. Finds a receiver out there. The ball falls down. Unable to make the catch is Brooks Eve. Ball was in his hands. He got hit immediately. Ball fell to the turf, incomplete. So this is going to be the 2nd 4th down of the drive here for the Chargers. This is going to be a 4th and 10 at the 46-yard line. Coach Bogert going for it all the way. 6.5 minutes left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Slavonic dropping back, looking. Oh, and a nice catch over the defender. Number 22 has been there this whole drive. That's Charles Newell. But that ball was thrown up, and a beautiful catch there by Vincent Oliver. So Heritage Hall converts on yet another 4th down attempt. That's a 4th and 10 conversion, a pickup of 12 on the play. That moves Heritage Hall into Panther territory. Ball at the 42-yard line. Great play right there between Slavonic and Vincent Oliver. First connection of the game between those two. Probably not the last one we'll see in their careers here at Heritage Hall. 2 freshmen on the field. Slavonic's going to take it himself over the left side. Good patient runs. Works his way back to the middle. Pickup of about 3 on the play. Here's another look. The Slavonic to Oliver connection. As you'll see, 22 tries to jump that route again, as he has. Vincent Oliver, the 6'1" frame of Oliver, goes right up and takes it out of the sky. Good for a 4th down conversion here for Heritage Hall. Officially a pickup of 3 on the play on the keeper by Slavonic. This is going to be a second and 7 here for the Charger offense. The give is to Echok. Echok finds good running room and lowers his shoulder. Nice piece of running right at the sticks here for Echok. The younger Echok. 2 of them here on the roster. This was Jackson Echok. I'm sorry. No. This was Austin Echok. Sorry about that. So that is going to be good enough for Heritage Hall. First down on the nice run. 8-yard gain by Echok. Ball's down to the 32-yard line. Only about 4 minutes left here in the quarter. 1 possession for each team so far. Two 4th down conversions on this drive for the Chargers. Noah Hurwitz now in the backfield with Harper Slavonic. The give is to Echok right up the middle. Good piece of running by Echok. Looks like that's about a 6-yard gain for Echok here on first down. Nice hard running by that young man. They're going to officially give him 5. It looks like about 5.5. But we'll call it 2nd and 5 right here. Ball at the 27-yard line. Also in the game, Sam Crablin in the backfield. The give is to Crablin. Oh, and he's hit immediately right at the line of scrimmage. That was a good tackle right there by number 65, James Major, for the Panthers. Loss of about 4 on the play, so that's going to push it back to a 3rd and 9 here for the Charger offense. First carry of the night for Sam Crablin, sophomore. 5'9", 154. So spread out. We've seen this formation a few times here with Slavonic at quarterback, and both times Slavonic has kept it. This time it is a quarterback draw once again. There's nothing there. Oh, trying to get away from the rushing Panther, unable to. He's tripped up. So this is going to bring up a 4th and a long 19 on the play. Big loss on that one, tackled by Jace Wilkerson. So this is going to be a 4th and 20 for the Chargers. Ball's all the way back to the 42-yard line. Approaching the 2-minute mark left here in the third quarter. 43-0 was the halftime score. It still sits at 43-0 here in this ballgame. It's been all Harper Slavonic here in the second half for the Chargers. Slavonic drops back. He's going to take it himself. He tucks it and runs. Gets out to about the 40-yard line, but that's going to be a turnover on downs for the Chargers. So that's going to put the ball back in the Panthers' hands. We'll see if they're keeping the lineup the same on their side of the ball with Holden Mitchell at quarterback. Proud to be a part of the Chargers family. Dave's Hot Chicken is here to spice up your game day. Enjoy our mind-blowing hot chicken from our newest location in Chisholm Creek. We appreciate all of our sponsors here at ChargerVision. Without you, we couldn't do any of this. All great sponsors. So that's Mitchell rolling to his left. Out there looking for Lane Lewis. Overthrows Lewis. Ball falls complete on first down. 2nd and 10 here for the Panthers. 52 seconds left here in the third quarter. That clock goes fast. .28 on the play clock, 36 on the game clock. One snap probably here left in this third quarter. Mitchell drops back. He's looking for his receiver, Logan Shaper. He's pushed out. Small gain on the play. Gain of about, looks like about 3 on the play. It's going to be a 3rd and 8. We're officially a gain of 2 on the play. As we approach the end of the 3rd quarter, that's going to be the last play of the 3rd quarter. So Heritage Hall is going to take it to the 4th, leading by the score of 43-0. You're watching Heritage Hall football right here on the ChargerVision Network.
When you walk into this room, who you have beside you matters. Experience matters. We fight in Oklahoma and around the country, standing toe-to-toe against the most powerful adversaries in the world, and we win. Our record speaks for itself. Our verdicts and settlements speak for themselves, and we want to fight for you. Nix Patterson, Oklahoma attorneys with world-class experience.
And we're back, 4th quarter action here at Heritage Hall. Leah and Whitney Real Estate is a real estate brokerage here in the OKC Metro. Leah Strickland and Whitney Moss are dedicated to their clients every step of the way. ChargerVision and the HH community is proud to have them as sponsors. And to learn more about Leah and Whitney and their real estate brokerage, visit leahandwhitney.com. It's all about the power of 2. Stay tuned. Shortly, we will be announcing our Seth Wadley Auto Family Power Promise player of the game. With this running clock, it's going to go fast. So we think we have it kind of figured out. You know, there's a lot of willing and there's a lot of deserving people out there today. We look at Hudson Ferris, 2 touchdown passes on the day, a 31-yard touchdown pass to Porter England. Also a 56-yard touchdown pass to Gerard Williams. Ferris was also on the receiving end of a 17-yard touchdown pass, so 3 touchdowns tonight for Hudson Ferris as the last couple of games, and he was also our Nix Patterson featured player of the game. So Hudson Ferris just decided to show up and get his name all over the stat sheet tonight. That give right there is on the misdirection. That is Lane Lewis. That is actually Logan Shaper. It's a nice gain on the play for Shaper. Most positive gain for the Panthers tonight. That ball is all the way down to the Charger. Let's see where that's marked. That's marked at about the 13-yard line of Heritage Hall. Some nice misdirection gain on the play for Shaper. So looking at the stat sheet is again, Hudson Ferris, great night. Max Everett, 9-yard touchdown run, as we said. Nash Iser, another touchdown run. Walker Waddell, touchdown run. So a lot of guys contributing tonight. That's a great tackle on the play. Riley Walker on the tackle. Great job there by young Walker. Gain of 1 on the play. This is going to be a 2nd and 9. Ball down to the 12. Heritage Hall trying to hold on to this shutout. 1 shutout on the year for the Chargers. That was week 1 against Clinton, a 30-0 victory. You know, those young men out there, there's always something about throwing a shutout in a game, especially a district contest like this. The give is to Oswaldo Laren. Short gain on the play, so this is going to bring up a 3rd and about 7, maybe 3rd and about 6 here for the Pauls Valley Panthers. Oswaldo Laren, first time we've called his name tonight, junior. I'm sorry, that was Logan Shaper. That was number 1. Excuse me, Logan Shaper, number 1. We've called his name a couple of times. So this is going to be a 3rd and 7 for the Panthers. Ryan Hammond in the backfield with Mitchell. Mitchell looking for a receiver. Oh, That was almost in the hands right there of Vincent Oliver. That ball was thrown short. So this is going to be a big 4th down for the Panthers. Trying to get in the end zone and get rid of this shutout. 4th and 7 here.
Maybe we should interview Riley instead. Well, he's made
6 punts on the night for
apparently. I think he just did something here.
the Panthers. 1 interception, 1 fumble, 1 safety. Been a tough night for Pauls Valley. 2 more takeaways for Heritage Hall. Another interception, number 11 of the year. Another fumble recovery, number 9 of the year for this Charger defense. Williams throws it out there. Has a receiver in the end zone off his hands. That was intended for Jace Wilkerson. And that ball falls incomplete. And that's going to be a turnover on downs for the Panthers. And it looks like Bennett Burns is coming in at quarterback for Heritage Hall. So that looks like that's going to do it for Harper Slavonic already, or as well. So Bennett Burns is in. Bixby scores again. Another touchdown, 21-12 now. Bixby over Mustang. Beginning of the 4th quarter. Ball game going on in Western Oklahoma. Western Oklahoma City, just on the outskirts here of Oklahoma City. So that give is, ooh, boy, he's hit hard. That was Sam Crablin on the carry. He is hit immediately. Looked like by number 68, James Fields. So that is a loss of about 7 on the play. This ball is all the way back to the 3-yard line. 2nd and 17, 7 minutes left to go in this ball game. But I think it's safe to assume our Seth Wadley Auto Family Power Promise player of the game is going to be none other than Hudson Ferris tonight. We'll get Hudson up here after the game, after the post-game talk and the ringing of the Eddie Bell, which is tradition here at the Pop, following a victory. That give is right up the middle. No gain on the play, but getting out of the end zone at least was Crablin. So actually, it's going to be, they're going to count it as a loss of 1. So that, no, they're going to keep it right there. No score on the play, or no gain on the play. 3rd and 17. Ball still sitting at the 3-yard line. Trying to get it out of danger territory down there. Holding on to a 43-0 shutout in this ball game. Bennett Burns at quarterback. He's going to give it once again. Uh-oh, did he get out? No, he did not. Crablin is hit in the end zone, and that's going to be a safety for the Panthers. So the shutout is gone, and that's going to push the game to 43-2 with an upcoming free kick from the 20-yard line for the Chargers. Crablin was unable to get out of the end zone on that. He was hit hard by a host of Panther defenders. So still the only shutout on the year this year for the Chargers was a 30-0 shutout against Clinton in week 1. 3rd time we've been in the 40s. 43-6 game against Millwood. 48-12 against North Rock Creek. 43-2 here. As the clock continues to run. Hey, a big shout out to CBS Sports Radio 105.3 for powering ChargerVision this season. This station does a great job shining a spotlight on high school teams and players around the state, including our Heritage Hall Chargers. Tune to 105.3 on your radio for some great sports talk from the KIMB crew. So in to kick for the Chargers here on the free kick. I don't have 71 on my roster. So the kick is fielded at about the 32-yard line. Taken to the left, up the middle. Nice return by Brian Keller. That is into Heritage Hall territory at about the 40-yard line. We'll see exactly where it's being marked down. They're gonna mark it down at about the 44-yard line. Nice return there by Keller. Hey, get game day ready with Diesel Horse Sports and Orthopedics. Dr. Matt Diesel Horse works with athletes of all ages, accelerating their return to play and maximizing performance through coordinated training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehab, and imaging with years of medical and surgical expertise. Dr. Dieselhorst gets Oklahoma athletes back on the field. That was Sean Boyd on the kick. Good kick by Sean Boyd. Good return there by Brian Keller. Mitchell rolling to his right, finding a receiver deep, and it looks like they got hung up, the receiver, and they got hung up right there with Kobe White, and it looks like that contact is going to draw the penalty flag, and it's going to be pass interference against the Chargers. Very few penalties this game against Heritage Hall. One of the initial keys to victory was to play a cleaner game, clean up the penalties, and they did exactly that today for Coach Bogert. Very impressive outing today for the Chargers as they mark off the penalty. Well, hold on a second. This may have thrown me for a loop because they're marking it the wrong direction. I thought this was going to be a pass interference on Heritage Hall, but it looks like they marked it off against Pauls Valley, so must have been offensive. So that's a big penalty, so that's going to be all the way back to the 44-yard line. The give is to the Panther back. That was Walker on the stop. Riley Walker wearing number 74. It's going to be Cale Hall entering the game for the Chargers. About a minute and a half left in this ball game. Mitchell rolling to his left, dumps it out there to number 21. That is Angel Mendez. And he's tackled on the play.
I can also go down if you want to produce.
Nice tackle on the play. That was by Tanner King. Freshman, 5'7", 135. Good tackle by Tanner King. So that's a big loss on the play. This is going to be a 2nd and 27. Ball all the way back to the 39-yard line. Minute 15 left to go here in the ballgame. Good to see all the young players getting some action tonight here in this one. Almost a full half of action for the young players, the future of Heritage Hall. And that's going to be Mitchell going down under his own power. The closest guy to him was Tanner King once again in pursuit. Another massive loss on the play. This is going to bring up about a 4th, and I would call it about a 35. Yeah, 4th and 35, ball all the way back to the 31-yard line. This is going to be the final play of the game. 38 on the game clock, 28 on the play clock. So this is probably going to do it. Stick around afterwards. We'll do a short recap of all of the action tonight, and we'll be talking to Hudson Ferris up here in the booth. Hudson Ferris is going to be our Seth Wadley Auto Family Power Promise player of the game. Great night by Hudson. And it looks like they're going to just call it right there. 7 seconds left to go, so that's going to be a win for Heritage Hall. So that's 43. That is Pauls Valley 2. Heritage Hall with the big win tonight. That is win number 85 straight here in district action. Pretty much going to wrap up another district title for Heritage Hall. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back. You're watching Heritage Hall football right here on the ChargerVision Network.
When you walk into this room, who you have beside you matters. Experience matters. We fight in Oklahoma and around the country, standing toe-to-toe against the most powerful adversaries in the world, and we win. Our record speaks for itself. Our verdicts and settlements speak for themselves, and we want to fight for you. Nix Patterson, Oklahoma attorneys with world-class experience.
Ryan Cunningham and Marcus Mears established the law firm of Cunningham and Mears with a mission to help Oklahomans who were injured by another's negligence. Over the last 30 years, they've helped thousands of clients recover hundreds of millions of dollars. Consultation is free, and you only pay them if you win your case. If you or a loved one is injured or needs help with an insurance dispute, Cunningham and Mears has the experience you need. It's been a great ball game tonight here at Pop Murray Field. The final here is 43-2. Total dominating performance. That was the score. Actually, the halftime score was 43-0 in a late safety by Pauls Valley to cap off the scoring. The scoring action happened, a 31-yard touchdown pass from Hudson Ferris to Porter England, putting the Chargers on the board 7-0. That was followed by a 17-yard touchdown pass from Trip Thomas back to the quarterback Hudson Ferris to give the Chargers a 2-touchdown lead, 14-0. Max Everett followed that up with a 9-yard touchdown run, and Nash Iser followed that up with his own 9-yard touchdown run for the next 2 touchdowns for the Chargers, pushing the score to 29-0. And then it was Hudson Ferris hooking up with Gerard Williams for 56 yards, 36-0 Chargers, in the final scoring 15-yard touchdown run by Walker Waddell. Mixed in there was a couple of safeties. Safeties on a botched punt for the Panthers. High snap in the end zone falling on for the Charger safety. And then also the Panthers just got a safety of their own as Sam Crablin was hit in the end zone, unable to get out. So that was a safety for the Panthers that finished up the scoring. Hey, shop at Charger Corner for all the latest Charger gear. Did you know all profits go directly to classrooms and programs like ChargerVision? Show your Charger pride with great gear and support our students. Enrichment. The store is open from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. on school days. Follow at the Hall Charger Corner on Insta to find out about products and specials and order online via the link in their bio. There's never been a better time to get your Charger pride on. And we also want to say our hearts and prayers go out to Star Spencer and the student that was tragically passed in the last couple of days, a 17-year-old student that was shot there, and the school has been closed at Star Spencer for the rest of the week to mourn that loss there, and we mourn the loss with them as well. So our thoughts and our prayers go out to Star Spencer and all of the parents and everyone involved there. Star Spencer is the last game and coming up here on our schedule here in a couple of weeks. So we just wanted to take a moment to say our hearts and prayers go out to everyone involved with Star Spencer, their school, and their program. Finally, Charger Pride for Heritage Hall's 3 National Merit semifinalists, Stavros Crisant, Audrey Flynn, and Finn Martin. These academically talented seniors scored among the top 16,000 out of 1.3 million juniors who took the PSAT last year. About 95% of the semifinalists are expected to attain finalist standing after an application process, and about half of those will win a National Merit Scholarship, earning the prestigious Merit Scholar title next spring. Congratulations, Stavros, Audrey, and Finn. It's been a great night here at the Pop. Finally, Charger fast pitch rolled to a 24-0 start in district and regional championships before district rival Perry was able to steal a pair of super regional contests and end the Hall storybook season. During the regular season, the Maroons fought tough with a pair of 3-0 losses to the Chargers, so they were a worthy competitor that just found a way to come through in the clutch. The 24-2 season was the best in school history for a fast-pitch squad led by seniors Addie Thompson and Kendall Barris, whose names are all over the school record books. It didn't end like they wanted, but it was a campaign for the ages. So much Charger pride for our squad. I talk about it week in, week out. I had the luxury and the honor of calling Heritage Hall softball this year, and what a great group of young women, highly competitive, and what a year that they had, setting all kinds of school records along the way. As we await Hudson Ferris coming up here in the booth. We'll get Hudson up here shortly. Talk about a great night from him and a great night by the Heritage Hall team all around. It was it was a game that started off strong and never ended, and it was a great win here for Heritage Hall. Like we said, that is the 85th straight district win here for Heritage Hall. on its title, on its mission to go deep into the playoff runs once again. And we are lucky. We are so honored to have Hudson Ferris here in the press box with us. Hudson Ferris, our Seth Wadley Auto Family Power Promise Player of the Game. Hudson, what a great night out there, man. You looked calm, you looked poised, and kind of tell me what the game plan was going into this game.
It was just kind of overpower him. Not working. Yep. It was just kind of overpower him. Use our big guys up front, and then trust the boys out wide when we need them.
Hudson, this year I've just been watching you, and I had a conversation with your dad, a few weeks back. But it's just so impressive what we've seen out of you this year. And
thank you.
You know what, you bide your time. I mean, you've been at this, and now when you've gotten the opportunity this year, it just feels like you've really taken advantage of that.
Thank you.
So tell me, what is that mindset when you wait to get that starting job, and now you get the call, and it's like, hey, it's go time.
For me, it's all just trusting in God's plan. There's been some ups and some downs, but I've always just trusted in His plan, and I know that He's given me the strength to go through whatever I need to go through. And
Hudson, you this year, of course, Heritage Hall has been going with kind of a 2-quarterback system all year with you and Tegan Lawson. Now, Tegan goes down the last couple of weeks, and boy, you just took over. We talked to Trip Thomas up here last week after that game. It just seemed like you guys just clicked. So tell me about how that relationship maybe has even grown throughout this year.
I mean, he's the guy that I can count on whenever I need him. Like Gerard, I can hit him deep whenever I need him. Trip, just throw it up to him and he'll go get it for me.
Boy, you could tell. I mean, I told Trip, I said it was like you and Hudson are on the same page, and the connection and the trust level, you could really see it there.
Yes, sir.
Hudson, it's been, a great night tonight, 3 touchdowns. Is that your first touchdown reception in your career?
It may be, actually. It might be.
We were trying to think back and wondering if we've seen you catch one. We've obviously seen you throw a lot of them. So when that play was called, do your eyes just get big and go, okay?
Yeah, I was trying not to show the defense, but yeah.
It's hard not to show that excitement level, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, it looks like you didn't even break a sweat tonight. The hair's still perfect and everything's still perfect.
The line made my job a little easy tonight.
So you guys now, I mean, obviously, a couple of games left here in the regular season. We know what the goal is at Heritage Hall. And it's the gold ball. That's the goal. So what is your mindset? What is your leadership to your team? What do you tell your team right now of, man, nothing's been accomplished yet?
For me, it's just doing everything I can to do to prepare and just be there for my boys. Like, they know that they can count on me whenever we need it most, and I know that I can count on them whenever they need it. So it's just holding each other accountable.
Do you feel like you have this smooth, calm demeanor about you that you have when I talk to you up here? Do you think that's the same to you on the field? Do you bring that calm as well?
It has its moments. Whenever I score a touchdown, or when I score a touchdown, I get hype, and then other times I'm just kind of relaxing, picking up guys when they're down.
So many times you see a team that kind of takes on the attitude of their leader, and we see some guys out there just very calm. I mean, it's like nothing gets to you guys, There's even through adversity and through some of those things, it just seems like you just rise above it every time.
Yes, sir.
Well, listen, Hudson Ferris, what a great night tonight. Hudson Ferris, our Seth Wadley Auto Family Power Promise Player of the Game. Keep it up on this playoff run, and it's been such an so enjoyable watching you perform this year.
Yes, sir.
We're going to take our last break. We'll be right back. You are watching Heritage Hall football right here on the ChargerVision Network.
When you walk into this room, who you have beside you matters. Experience matters. We fight in Oklahoma and around the country, standing toe-to-toe against the most powerful adversaries in the world, and we win. Our record speaks for itself. Our verdicts and settlements speak for themselves, and we want to fight for you. Nix Patterson, Oklahoma attorneys with world-class experience.
And that's going to do it here at Pop Murray Field. One final update. Bixby looks like they're going to pull it out 28 to 19. We talked about the Thunder and a great win tonight. And join us next week. We travel to Purcell Dragons, another team that has just had some struggles this year. But, just like this game, you have to come out and perform. You have to come out and take care of business all the time. And then we're going to follow that up with the Star Spencer Bobcats. That's going to be the last regular season game here at the Pop. That's going to be at the Pop. And then it's a playoff time. And then it's time to keep it going and keep it rolling. And one thing that you want to do in the next couple of weeks is just stay sharp. Stay sharp. Don't let bad habits come in right now. You've come too far to let any bad habits come in. But that's going to be a wrap from here. Once again, Heritage Hall 43, Pauls Valley 2. You've been watching a production of ChargerVision and Heritage Hall Football. Thanks again. We'll see you next week.